If you find yourself in a situation where you're facing a lot of challenges, or it looks like the challenge will not end, or it looks like the more you try, the more you find yourself in another one, you're escaping one and you're finding another one right in your front, then this video is for you. Please take time to watch this video to the very end and tell me what you feel and what you learned from this. Thank you. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. How have you been? I hope you have been fine, and I hope that you've been finding this channel really useful. And if you truly have been finding it useful, guys, please subscribe to my channel, and most importantly, share this video, because you don't know who this is going to really help, especially particularly this very video, because see, all of us can actually relate with challenges of life. You cannot tell me you've not faced one challenge or the other, and you have not faced a situation where it's like you're coming from one challenge and you're jumping into another. So once again, welcome to the Unbreakable Roots channel, and I hope you find it helpful when you're done watching this video. Welcome! Please tell me you've already subscribed right now. If you have not, quickly click on the button below, subscribe, turn on notification button, so that when next I post a very important video like this, or something that is going to be really insightful, you will not miss out. Okay, let's go into today's video. I was actually on my way home, and I was actually reading something, and the inspiration just jumped at me, and I thought, Ruth, you have to record this immediately you get home. Now, I don't know where you are at the moment. I don't know. When I mean where you're at, I mean in terms of life challenges or experiences. I don't know what you're facing at the moment, and I don't know if your own case is from one challenge to the other. It has not become like you're living in challenge in Ibadan. Okay, wait. Don't let us rush this. I want you to look at something from the perspective of how God has dealt with people who He has special interest in, or who He is assigning for something great in life. And I'm going to be using different examples in the Bible that I know that you can relate with, right? And even maybe some contemporary examples. Let's start from the Bible. Abraham was called from his people. God called him, father of many nations. But the first thing Abraham experienced was barrenness for the longest of time. It got to a point, Abraham even tried to help God. Well, his wife suggested it. And he tried to help God, but God was like, no, that is not the original plan. Did God finally make him a father of many nations? But yes, he did. But it was only through one seed. Can you see? Another example I'm going to use is Esther. When Esther was carried with her family, her nation people, to another strange land, the least thing on Esther's mind is to be the queen of a strange land. Now, for someone who was a slave in a strange land, she's not having any hopes. And let's even say somebody has prophesied to her, Esther, you will be the queen in a strange land. I'm sure Esther is going to be like, really? How's that going to happen? Squeeze me? Hello? Are you talking to me? Or another option would be to resize it. She's going to be like, okay, maybe I'll be working in the king's palace, and I'll be the head of the chief or whatever it is, maid or servants there. She will likely resize it. But God has a plan, and it is in the process of slavery that Esther was able to become the queen. If Esther had not become a slave, there's a high possibility she will not be the queen. Okay, I'm coming. Wait for me. Another good story that we all, especially if you're a Christian, that we are used to, is the story of Joseph. Yee! Joseph had a very beautiful dream as a child. Oh, the sun, moon, and stars were buying for me. Your shelves and your this one was buying for me. And everybody was angry. And they tried to terminate God's plan, but they didn't know they were playing into God's plan. Now, let me explain this for you a little bit. The siblings of Joseph, in their mind, were truncating the dreams of Joseph. Unknown to them, they were playing into the plan of God for Joseph. Because if Joseph had not been sold into slavery in Egypt, there was no way they would survive, and there was no way they would come back to bow to him. So, before I go on with more examples, I don't know what you're going through. I don't know the challenges that you're going through, and I don't know the people that seem to be playing against what you think is the plan of God for your life. However, I tell you, they are like that, they are playing into the plans of God, because I will tell you one thing: God knows the end from the beginning. Not even the devil, their father, can stop you. I mean, like, the devil cannot stop you. The devil cannot stop God's plan. If I thought there's anything stopping anybody, it's going to be you, because you are not agreeing to the will of God. But if you agree to the will of God, no matter the challenge you face in this life, my dear, I'm bold to tell you that you will get to that promised land. Because look at the life of Joseph. His brothers thought they were getting rid of him. They thought, oh, we are going to stop his dream. Let's sell him off. They sold him. They collected the money. They even lied to their father, said all sort of lies. The man even had an heart attack. Oh, God. I feel for that man. And, of course, one of them was planning to come take him, but they sold him off. And when he got to the house of Potiphar, oh, I'm sure Joseph was thinking, well, this is your destiny. Well, let me just manage him. But God is like, no, we have not gotten there. And then it became tougher by him being thrown into the cell. Now, look at something I want you to highlight, because in your journey of greatness, God is going to take you through some challenges that are not there to break you, but to make you, to remove the dross, to remove the bad character, pattern, mindset, beliefs from you. And for that to happen, because it's a process, it will not be comfortable. Therefore, it will feel like challenges for you. Look at Joseph. Joseph was not a sinful man. Joseph did not lie. He did not touch the woman. He was not attempting to do it, but he was lied against, and he was jailed for what he never did. Now, if you want to be honest with yourself, except God has really dealt with your heart, there's a high possibility you will build resentment, anger, and hatred towards Potiphar's wife, and even towards Potiphar himself, for not listening to your side of the story, for just believing his wife and all that. But Joseph remained steadfast with God. He remained holy, even in the face of challenges, even in the face of lies and different things that were said against him. He got into the prison. He did not because of what has happened to him, because it's not my fault, I didn't do it. He didn't go about saying that. He stood still on the truth. He stood still on the word of God. He stood still on what God has revealed to him, even though he doesn't know how it's going to play out. But he was still acting in the office that God has placed him, and a dream interpreter. Now, I want to dive into a particular part. You see, there are so many skills and gifts that God has given to you, and you likely are taking them for granted. Unfortunately for you, if you don't take them serious right now, they will likely be an hindrance. Let me tell you why. Because if you do not harness those skills, the skill of Joseph was to interpret dreams. If Joseph has said, oh, I'm in the prison, I'm not using this skill again, and he gives up and he doesn't do it, and people are having dreams, he's not trying to interpret for them, he would have shut the door to God's plan for him. That is why I said, even the devil cannot stop you. You are the only one that can stop you from getting to where God is taking you to. So look at Joseph. When he got into the prison, even though, yes, there was every reason for him to hold on to anger, bitterness, hatred for Potiphar, for his wife, for even the jailers and everybody, because you are making me suffer for what I didn't do. But rather, he turned it to an opportunity to harness a skill. It turned into an opportunity to practice more of God's gifts in his life, which is the gift of dream interpretation. He interpreted to someone, he interpreted for someone, like literally two people, and the dream became a reality. It happened. And that was the key that God used to promote Joseph. I think I should just pause with the examples, because I think this little explanation is enough for you to set you rolling. I may likely do a part 2 if I can, but I don't want it to be too long, so that you can easily digest this, meditate on this, and begin to look into your life. In whatever challenge you're facing, look at what God has given to you. How are you harnessing it? How are you using it? Are you, because of what is happening, building hatred, resentment, anger towards God, who has promised you and in quote is failing, or towards the people who are punishing you for what you didn't do? How about you pick a lesson from Joseph? Joseph was not resentful, but Joseph rather saw an opportunity even in his calamity. He saw an opportunity even in his pain. He saw an opportunity to harness his skill even when it was like everyone was against him. So how about you be like Joseph? Instead of sitting, pitying yourself and thinking, oh my God, the world is against me. Oh, my village people are after my life. How about you think and say, okay, maybe it is God trying to show me off. In fact, before we go on, I'm going to use Job, before I round up this video rather, I'm going to use Job as another very good example that I think we should all use in this video, okay? Now, Job was a very godly man in his own time. According to God, he was a servant of God who trusted God, who was a man after God's heart, based on his ways before God. Now, the Bible says in the cool of the day, the devil, he roams about looking for whom to devour. He's jobless. That person is Agbaya Totolaye is I have not find it. Like this thing, I don't even know if I should call him a man. His thing is he's so shameless. And he's so jobless. Anyway, let's focus on on this video. So on that day, the devil went to God and was like, "Oh God, have you seen Job?" And he went to meet God, and God asked him, "What have you been up to?" And he was what else? He's been running all about the world now. He has no other job to do. And then God started boasting about Job. Have you seen my servant Job? Hey God, let me try to act this for you. Have you seen my servant Job? He's so righteous, he's so godly, he's so sweet, he makes my heart honestly, I'm literally, because God has created us in his own image, isn't it? So I'm just literally imagining the way God is boasting about Job. And here comes the problem. And Satan said, "Oh, you have made everything sweet for him. Oh. If not for that, you think he will serve you? You think he will be faithful to you? Try him and see." And God was like, "I'm very, very sure he will not fail me." And the devil was like, "Oh, give me the chance to destroy everything about him." And God was like, "Okay, go ahead, but don't touch his life." And then the calamity started. From his children, to his properties, to everything, even to his health. He became sick. Got to a point, even his wife was like, "Curse God and die. Wait till be your own self. Curse her, may he die." But you see, Joseph stayed faithful. And after all the challenges, God rewarded Job with multiple of what he lost. Now here's the thing. Peradventure yours is that life has been sweet for you, it's been going fine for you, and then everything suddenly went whip. The first thought is likely going to be village people after you. The first thought is likely going to be, maybe I should not have shared this testimony in church. Oh. But how about, what if God is boasting about you? And God wants to prove to the devil that you will not fail him. How about that? So before you start thinking it's village people, because so many times we give the devil the power he doesn't have. We give him so much attention, like as if he does not deserve you. Like, hello, please. The devil, treat the devil like you treat your poop. So when he shows up, hello, flush him away. He does not deserve it. The more you give him that attention, the more he do like this, he start bugaing for you. So if your situation is that things were going fine and suddenly it drops, how about you ask yourself, Daddy, why are you boasting about me right now? Yeah, maybe you're not even willing or ready to go through the challenges, but your daddy is like showing you off. How about you ask for the grace to go through it and be a righteous person even through the challenges, so that you are not caught in between and the devil begins to laugh and saying you won. Because the devil should not even have a chance in your life, let alone winning. So if you're facing any challenges, how about you look at it from a different perspective? Or maybe God is setting me up for something greater. Oh, let me use this opportunity to build my skill. Let me use this opportunity to harness my skill. Let me use this opportunity of, it looks like you used to be in the forefront, but everything is going silent. Maybe it's an opportunity for you to take a break and rest and breathe and build more. Invest more in yourself and be a better person. It's an opportunity, but the problem is the way the perspective you give to life and issues make you always forget that everything that happens to you, for you, are for an expected end, to bring you a testimony. But many times when you don't experience a testimony, it's likely because you have gone out of the way, and we both know what that means. So I'm hoping that at the end of this video, you are able to go back and think back and retrospect and reflect and see if peradventure there are situations in your life where you are facing challenges and you're thinking, oh, God hates me, oh, village people are after me, oh, this person do this, oh, that person do that. How about you say, okay, maybe God is trying to boast about me. Or maybe this is an opportunity for me to build myself. Or maybe this is an opportunity for me to harness my skill. Or maybe it's an opportunity for me to even practice in silence so that by the time you are coming, you will come with a boom. Because everything in life is all perspective. And I would dare also say to you, everyone who you are seeing being successful out there, that they are looking all glamorous, those big celebrities, those top ministers, those top pastors, that you are happy and you are wishing your life is like them. They went through the wilderness experience. So how about you go through yours and trust that God will give you the grace to go through, and pray that you submit yourself to the master so that he can get rid of the dross, get rid of the things that is not of God in you, that that will not serve you. Or maybe they were even good or serve the purpose at the time. But God is like, okay, where I'm taking roots to, this thing will not serve her. I need her to be this. I need her to be that. Okay, let's get rid of that. And in the process, of course, growth is never comfortable. Growth actually is very, very discomforting, and it can be very, very painful. You can bear me witness to that. And let's be honest with ourselves, nobody likes that process. It's always very painful. But if you allow God, if you ask for grace, if you go with the flow, by the end of it, you'll be glad you did. Like everyone will test, even you would be like, oh God, I thank you for the experience, because it will teach you more. You will grow, you will mature. It will bring a new, different picture of yourself to you. So I hope that this is going to help you to have a different perspective to life, different perspective to your challenges, and know that it is because God is preparing you for something bigger and greater than what you can ever imagine. Remember, eyes have not seen, neither has ear heard what God is about to do for you. Thank you very much. If you find this video really helpful, please subscribe to my channel, share with your friends, comment, drop a comment or two. And before I forget, if you have any question, it can be something spiritual and relationship or mental health, feel free to use the email on the screen right now. Use it to send me a very well detailed question so I can answer them clearly. Using a video like this, I think it's going to be better, isn't it? All right then, till I come your way again, guys, stay happy, stay joyful, and keep loving God. Bye.